Yes, my people, hello and welcome back to another episode of the Chasing Hyrox Valencia series here. Today is week 4 or week 5 of the block. I'm losing track, you'll know by the video title. And today I've got a double session on the card, starting this morning with a conditioning session. Filling up with a little banana. I've just had my electrolytes, just had a little bit of pre-workout. So I'm going to get myself to the gym now and get cracking with the day. And of course, I'll be bringing you with me, so let's go. Right, okay, so just rocked up to the gym and I'm going to explain the session now because I feel like every time I go in this gym I always manage to get myself a copyright strike on the YouTube video. So this morning, a few conditioning pieces to do. What I normally do, or I have been doing this block so far, is with it being a strength block, I've been tying a little bit of conditioning at the end of sessions. So sort of 10 to 15 minutes worth of conditioning at the end of the strength. But on Monday I felt a little bit vulnerable. I can't remember if I told you last week, but I went for a couple of beers at the weekend and it was still, you know, in the system. I wasn't fancying the conditioning session on Monday. So now fast forward, it is now Thursday and I thought I'd skip the conditioning session yesterday and tie it all into a double day for YouTube for ease as well today. Okay, so part A of the session is going to be 4 rounds of 500 meter row with 10 burpees over the rower. Now the time to beat from last time I did this workout, let's see if I can find it. No, it's not there. Bear with me here, bear with me, it's not there either. It's somewhere here, but I think it was about 10 minutes something, so I've got a time to beat there. Then the second part of the session, part B, is going to be a 15-minute EMOM with 3 stations. It's going to be 20 wall balls at, 9 kg. Then it's going to be 18 calories on the assault bike. Then it's going to be 40 meters farmer's carry at pro weight, which is 2 times 32 kg kettlebells. So that's a session. It should be nice and quick, only take me sort of 30 minutes, but I'm making sure to get a really nice long warm up in, and then I'm going to take a real nice good stretch and cool down after to make up my time here and make the journey here worth it. I've got another run later, so stay tuned for that. I've got my pre-workout here, which is, from Applied Nutrition. Also got some liquid IV electrolytes in there, some creatine too. I don't typically take pre-workout and I don't typically take too much whey protein supplementation either during the season or whilst I'm, maintaining weight. In fact, that's a lie. I do take whey protein during the season, but pre-workout I'm taking specifically now because I am still in a calorie deficit technically. So since the end of last season, I've dropped about 6 kg. I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I finished the season at about 81 kilo. I'm currently, well, this morning I weighed in at about 74.5. So, in 2-3 months, I've lost, 6.5 kilos. So, yeah, the weight is definitely falling off. It's more than that, isn't it? Is that 6.5? My maths is all over the gaff here. Yeah, no, it's 6.5 kilos. So, I need that little bit of extra help, that little boost. Hence why I've got the caffeine, the beta-alanine popping today and during this block. Because it's just that extra little bit of help that I need whilst the carbs are slightly lower than they typically will be during the season. So that's the explanation behind that. But I'm going to get myself into the gym now and get cracking with a session. Get cracking with a session. So yeah, I'll be bringing you with me, of course. Let's go and do this. Part 1 done. Fucking awful. 2 seconds faster than last time though, 10 minutes, 36 seconds. Let's get on with part B. Oh, not nice. Right, and just like that, back in the motor, and I'll be lying if I said anything other than I'm absolutely poggered after that. And that one just about, well, it never got the better of me because I've done it, I completed it. It never got the better of me, but it very nearly did. It was tough. After the first part of the session, part A, where I beat my previous score by just 2 seconds, so it shows, you know, how much I struggled my way through it. I went a little bit light-headed. I'd be lying if I said anything different. Again, I only had a banana beforehand, should be enough to suffice, but it just goes to show how tough it can be to, you know, complete these sorts of workouts, train at intensity without a higher carb intake. That's the trade-off I'm making at the moment, but it's one that I know will pay off because I do feel fitter when I feel good, but I just have these occasions where I don't feel, you know, 100%. Normally I'm eating 4 to 5 grams per kilogram of body weight in carbs per day. At the moment, I'm probably only getting 3 max. So, yeah, you can see why I'm struggling a little bit more. But, you know, I've probably only got another couple of weeks. I'm sitting around 74. My goal was around 74. So 73, 74. Once I get there, I can start to, you know, up the intake and sort of manage things a little bit better. But, yeah, the second part, I took a good 5-minute break in between. And I ended up crushing the second bit. But it was a little bit easier on the what's it called, the EMOM you see there, 15-minute EMOM. I've just had a good cool down, got myself back in the car. Very much looking forward to some Breco now. That's what these workouts are for. So, you know, I'll go get the standard breakfast. You've seen it a million times before. I won't be explaining it again. If you do want me to explain it, go check out my other videos. I've even got a video dedicated specifically to the breakfast that I'm going to show you very soon. So stay tuned. Let's go get it. Let's drive home, get the tunes playing. Set out for the day. That's the way we do it. Come on.
No. So with that in mind, look, it's hard for me to be too excited about a player like Siemens. I think it's fair to say that Chelsea are signing a player like Siemens because of the potential value. The reason that we sign a lot of players is because we...
Right, okay. Breakfast is served. Gonna come outside and eat this. The sun is not shining, but, you know, still make the most of a nice day. Yeah, the kefir bowl is served, about 100 to 125 ml of kefir yogurt, about 200 ml, 200 grams of Greek yogurt, all the toppings, got some chia seeds, mixed berries, mixed nuts, got some dried fruit in there as well, some satsuma, honey, peanut butter, the standard procedure. This is my go-to every single morning, whether it's before a session, if I've got an AM session, it will be after. And as you saw beforehand, I had the banana as a bit of pre-workout fuel and carbohydrates. I'm also going to give you a quick physique check, because I said that I've obviously lost some weight. Let's have a little look at what we're dealing with here. It's the current nick we're in. I'm going to see if I can find a photo from May. Currently at the end of July, or approaching the end of July. What's the date today? 24th. 24th of July today. The end of May, when I finished my last competition in Cardiff, I was 81 kilos. So I'll see if I can find a race photo from there, and you'll see the difference. But yeah, I've definitely shaved some serious weight. So, you know, something is working. Something is indeed working. I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes on the old Instagram as well, as I typically do. Let me move that back there. Every single morning I'm posting my kefir bowl on Instagram, so if you're interested in seeing that every single day, let's Let's give this a little whirl. That's the thing about YouTube, you get all the exclusive, all the behind the scenes. But anyway, all that's left to do now, oh, what an awful sound that was. A little taste test. Everything on the spoon, as per usual. Bon appetit, as per usual. I just can't get bored of it. Every day, for the last God knows how long, this has been my go-to breakfast. I'm gonna eat this now, get myself a shower. I've got a call in half an hour to get cracking with the day. Let's go. Right, okay, lunch is served, and this is what we are dealing with. Couple of poached eggs, some cream cheese on sourdough bread, got some feta cheese on there, pumpkin seeds, cherry tomatoes, avocado of course. Also got some chili flakes on there, some sea salt and some black pepper. Sorry if you can hear the plane that's going overhead. It always seems to be the case. Every time I pick the camera up, a plane is flying overhead. Sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, I've also had a chicken drumstick out of the fridge from last night's dinner that I ate and then failed to record because I was starving. But that was, you know, a little appetizer whilst this was cooking, I suppose you could say. An extra hit of, you know, 20 grams of protein because there isn't as much on here. I also had an extra egg, so you would have seen them whilst I was cooking. There were 3 eggs being poached. I ate that with an extra little bit of bread, but it didn't fit on the plate, so I had to make it look all nice and aesthetic for Instagram. Of course, you know me. But yeah, I'm going to dig into this now. In total, probably, you know, getting close to 40 grams of protein. Had the sourdough because, of course, it's a double session day. I need those carbohydrates, even though I'm not getting as close to what I typically would do. I'm still prioritising those carbs, lots of healthy fats for that hormonal balance and just kickstarting that recovery process. So that's the thinking behind this one here. I'll give you a little taste test, and do you know what? I'm going to record this for Instagram as well. You're coming with me again. I told you, you get the full behind the scenes here. Got to get this on record for Instagram. Let's try and get this camera on there. Now we're talking. Let's have a look. You know, that's how we do it. I'm going to dig into this now. I've got another few hours of work before we run a little bit later. Be doing it with the run club, so stay tuned for that. It's coming next. I always forget to mention this as well. Before I crack on with my afternoon work, I've also got a little bowl of chocolate protein pudding, or at least that's what I call it. Effectively, just 1 scoop of, this is Applied Nutrition protein powder, touch of milk, like mix it all together, forms like a sludge paste sort of material. I've added half a teaspoon of peanut butter, half a teaspoon of honey, just to add to that taste and, you know, make it a nice little sweet treat. What's going on with a barnet here? Always seems to happen. And then I've also got myself a little peppermint and lemon tea. So, another block of work to get cracking on with. Without any further ado, let's get this done. I'm going to enjoy this whilst I do some emails, and then I'll be catching up with you for run club and dinner a little bit later on. Right, here we go. Work done for now. I've got another call at 8:30 after this, so I'm out just before the run club to get 2.5k done, 5k with a crew, 2.5k afterwards as well. So that's the crack. The weather has turned bloody miserable this afternoon. Don't know what's going on now. Been absolutely pissing it down. Grey skies. Supposed to be July. Supposed to be the summer, take me back to Montenegro. But look, still getting it done. Still getting it did. 2.5k to warm up, I suppose. and I'll see you with everyone else in a bit. Sort yourself out, mate. You want to be on YouTube? Yeah, acting conspicuous. Okay, and that is a wrap. 10k boxed off at a 5:27 pace, average heart rate 136. Pushed the pace there after I left everyone because I've got that call in 39 minutes now. So I want to get in, have a shower, prep for that, and then take the call. Last little bit of work of the day. But no, always good to get out, clear the air, clear the cobwebs. Been sat at the desk for a few hours, so it's always nice to run the legs through. Good to see everyone, as I say, but no, time to get myself in, get showered up, settle down for the evening, and I'll be showing you what I have for dinner as well, so stay tuned for that in a bit.